Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello. Welcome in. Welcome into the Pickoff. There's going to be tons of screaming today. Tons of screaming. I'm your host, as always, Colby Marchand. Alongside me, as always, on Thursdays, is the kickball captain himself, Jake Hasan. This is presented by Betting News and powered by the one and only Bet Online. Good morning, Jake. How are we doing, my friend?
I'm good, buddy. I need you to filibuster for like a minute just because I need to finish sending a text about my new home that I'm moving into tomorrow. So I just need to do that, and then I will ramp up the energy, I promise. Listen,
on a Friday?
Filibuster,
huh?
I want to get out of the suburbs as soon as possible. Obviously, it's Labor Day weekend. There's stuff to do. There's games to watch. I got to get this done. And also, where I'm moving, they make you, because I'm not moving into a home. I'm moving into an apartment building, and they make you schedule the time that you're going to move and reserve the elevator and da-da-da-da. So it's a whole.
He's got a high rise. Oh.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I think it's 20 floors, something like that.
Pretty sure that's a high rise.
Do have a rooftop, so that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
All right, filibuster. I can finish this text.
Humble brags over here. All right. Let's see. What do I want to say off the tizop? You know what? I'll just give out a play that I'm not going to give out anywhere else because I'm just on it. Because everything lines up, but I kind of hate the number, but I did ladder it. And that would be Garrett Crochet's strikeouts. I only put half a unit on the 8.5 strikeouts at even money. One, it's a super high number. If you go and look at his stats, he does average over that number on the road during the day. He's got the highest strikeout percentage on the day. It's Garrett Crochet. Obviously, it's pretty much always going to be there at the top when he is supposed to start. The Orioles have been striking out a ton, especially at home. I think it's worth just being on for the sake of being on it because everything is aligning. I laddered it up to 12. I forgot what price I got. I think it was 5-1 for the 12 or more, whatever. I went and got the best prices that I could. I don't have significant amount of units on it. I think it's half and then quarter. So full unit on the whole thing, but I'm not going to give it out. As you know, people on Twitter, if you don't tweet about it, you technically didn't give it out, which is wrong because I also write and do these shows. So technically, I could stop posting out the card to force more people to come and watch, which might happen eventually. Because I do give them out for free regardless. So I think it's worth dabbling on. I do think 8.5 is asking for a ton. What's going on, Ron? What's going on? Bees and Marcus. Yo. But we'll see. I've been debating it. We'll see. Maybe the screenshots of the old card. Bees knows where to follow to get the updates on what I'm on regardless. So there's 3 places you could get my plays, which are always going to be free. Because guess who's not the best gambler on the planet? The guy speaking. But I will give you all the insights that I have. Do you talk homers? Marcus, are you new here? We talk homers every day. Every day. Marcus has to be new. Because if he was here before, he would have known that I went 28 out of 30 whatever days in May, cashing a nuke, which I'll probably never replicate again. Jake's sending the longest text message of his entire
I'm also
career.
because like I'm rereading, I'm making sure like everything sounds, or it's just like it's because when you're doing like logistical crap, like it's just you get in your head, you're like, okay, I want to like, you know what I mean?
Oh, and like a work email or like a
yeah, and
I can't do that.
And you know this about me, Colby. I don't like using proper punctuation in my texts. So when I have to send texts with periods and commas and colons, like it just makes me like, all right, do I sound too much like an ass right now? So it's just,
Jake texts like raw and love you with LUV.
All right, man.
But no, like when I have to send like
so I resent the accusation that I text raw XD. Get out of my face with that.
That is your brand to a T. Don't lie to us.
No, it isn't. Get out of here, dude. God, my hair is very poofy today. I washed it yesterday.
Well, why is Marcus? If you're asking if we talk homers, then what are you asking? Like I talk homers. No, I was going to say. Oh, I lost my train of thought.
Shocker.
No, when it comes to emails, I'm like, because you have to talk a certain way. It's not like sending a text. And everyone's like, just talk how you normally talk. I go, I can't. This is a work setting.
I will say, like, I've started to do that. Like, I do think that's become more normalized in the last few years of like, you could just, especially because you and I, like, we don't work in an office. We don't work in a cube. Like,
Yeah.
it's a little different for you and I sending emails like to people because and especially like to pull back the curtain a bit, like for me, like if I'm booking guests or something, like a lot of times it's just through text or DM. And I feel like that
if
is
you
a very
know
more,
them,
like,
it's completely
yes.
different if it's the first time.
Oh yeah. I think the very first DM I sent to you was very formal, way more than it needed to be.
Let's go find out. Let's go find out. Let's go find it.
Right,
also,
you
Chewy, make a home cooked meal, Chewy. Make a home cooked meal. For the love of God, make a home cooked meal.
I'm obviously, so for people who don't know, like I've been living with my parents for the last couple months as I've been trying to attempt to buy a home. And
I got it. Hey, dude, love your work. Guy needed a comma right off the bat.
Yeah.
No, you had a comma, but then you needed a. Love the work you've been doing. Wanted to see if you'd want to be a guest on Early Odds on 670 this week.
Which everyone should listen to on Saturday mornings.
Would be like a 20-minute hit talking MLB, college football, and of course NFL. Would you record Friday or tomorrow? Anytime between 11 a.m. 12:30 Central. Let me know. I said, hey goat, I'm there.
You immediately you're like, yeah, this does not require a formal response.
First of all, anyone who ever wants to message me anything, you could talk to me as if you've known me for 15 years. You don't.
And I did know that you were a crazy person. I already knew that you were a crazy person because you had been on shows that I produce. So which is why I wanted you on my show then, and here we are.
Yeah. Who's super sharp? You were Rosenberg. Definitely not me. Next question. Next question. All right, let's get this out of the way.
Oh boy.
Our favorite horse to beat to death. But
it's happening.
The passion continues to grow, and I'm going to continue to talk about it. So if anyone wants to not listen to this topic being discussed for the
but it's a good it's a good betting conversation. There's actionable
1,000%.
Like
1,000%.
It has to be talked about.
Has to be talked about,
especially now. And like, here's the thing, Colby. It has to be talked about because it's actively moving. Like if we were having the same conversation week after week,
leader right now.
If we were having the same conversation week after week after week, then it's different. But the odds have shifted week after week after week. Like it's a conversation that has to be had.
And
anyway, we're talking about AL MVP.
We're talking AL MVP. Everyone knows this. I have been fired up all week about this because it baffles me on how many people are on Cal's side. Also, if anyone sends me the current odds and you think just because Cal's the leader that means something, doesn't mean anything. It's a future. That means the books have to compensate for the amount of money coming in. They're not just going to keep it there.
Yeah, they're not going to let you keep betting Cal at 2-1.
Seriously, they're not going to let you do that. And now people want to talk about, I'm going to use the book. FanDuel. FanDuel has the worst odds. They don't know how to place odds. They overcompensate for every single prop in baseball.
Which allows you to make bets, though, sometimes.
Yes, this is why I'm usually only on their home run props because they don't know how to price them. Any other prop, you get their bases at minus 140 on their book, and then on another book, it's plus 120. They don't know what the hell they're doing, so they're overcompensating, having Cal being the AL MVP frontrunner, while Judge is nearly back to plus money, which is idiotic.
That's changed again. People are betting this. Judge is out to minus 160.
It's going to do this. It's going to keep going over and over.
There's going to be buyback. There's always going to be buyback. We have seen this time after time after time throughout, ever since Judge went on the injured list. Because remember, everybody, like boys and girls, remember that when Judge went on the injured list, Cal became the minus 180 favorite immediately. And Judge got out to, I want to say, almost 2-1. But then there was immediate buyback because then the reports were, well, he's only going to take the minimum 10 days. And so you're seeing that happen again. It happened again yesterday briefly. I believe it was either yesterday or the day before that it happened very briefly where Judge became like a plus 110 or plus 125, something like that. Underdog. And Cal Raleigh became your minus 110 favorite. And I want to say within 5 minutes, it was a pick 'em. It was minus 110 each way. And I think that's going to continue to happen because now you go anywhere, like even at the Green Book, Judge minus 120, Cal Raleigh minus 110. Like there's going to be buyback on Judge every single time. And so they have to make it about even because if they make Cal Raleigh too much of a favorite, there's always going to be immediate buyback on Judge.
I love it when people are like, the books know. You got to know how they work too. You got to know how these things work. And it's not them saying they know. This is them compensating with the amount of money rolling in. But Jake, I asked Danny this on Tuesday because I obviously talked about it first thing this week. But I want you to take all of the opinions you have on why it's Judge, and I would have you give me at least one reason why it's Cal if you exclude two things. The obvious home run leader.
Sure.
And two, that he is a fantastic defensive player behind the plate. Can you give me any statistic or reason they would give it to Cal?
So
everything, if it all ended today and everything stays the same.
Right. So if it ended today, I do
just say this.
Just say this.
Wins. Just say this.
Because of his big giant ass. No. I think part of it, and this isn't statistical, but I do think voter fatigue is a real thing. Like that is if your name is not Shohei Ohtani, voter fatigue is a very real thing because we're seeing it in the American League Cy Young market as well, and we can get to that in a little bit with Tariq Skubal and Garrett Crochet, who pitches in just a little bit. I think the thing is, if it ended today, I think Judge wins. The home run from last night definitely helps, but statistically, Judge has been bad for a couple of weeks now. I mean, he's hitting, I think, 225 over the last 2 weeks.
So
now, that takes some projection. Because then if this is what it's going to be, and Judge is just going to hit 225 or whatever, and he's not going to put up an all-time season, and don't get me wrong, he leads the league in OPS. He's been fantastic. He's going to hit 50 home runs. But there's voter fatigue, and if Cal Raleigh is going to have a shot at breaking Judge's record, and let's say the Mariners somehow win the American League West, they're still very much in that race. You need a couple of things to happen. I think, this is just me, I can be wrong. I think for Cal Raleigh to win the American League MVP, Judge has to continue to be mediocre. Raleigh has to hit 63 home runs. And maybe this one isn't as important, but it definitely wouldn't hurt. The Mariners win the American League West. I think the first two are definitely the most important. And maybe if Cal breaks the record, maybe he just wins. I do think that is a possibility. But I do think you need Judge to be mediocre still. He was 2 for 4 with a home run last night. We'll see if that continues. He's got a couple of home runs. He's got, 2 home runs in his last 7 games or so. So maybe he's starting to pick it up. But if he's going to be this and he's just going to be okay for the next 5 weeks, I do think Cal Raleigh has a real shot. Now, all of that being said, do I think Judge is the rightful favorite? Yes. I do think that is true. I do think Judge should be the favorite. Like I said, there's always going to be buyback on him. The books are always going to have to make him minus price because the second you make him a plus price, everyone's going boom, 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 boom. They're blasting that price back down. So, which tells you something, which tells you that there are sharp bettors, smart people out there who are going out there and seeing a plus price and thinking that that's hashtag value, and it's wrong. So I still think that this could go either way. Season ended today. I think it's Judge. But there's definitely more of a path than there was 2 weeks ago for Cal Raleigh to win this award. There's definitely a path.
I think it's wild for people to mention the voter fatigue because I think the NL and the AL are kind of in the same boat. And the AL is obviously more of a topic of discussion in terms of a race because it's definitely Shohei after what he did last night. But it's the second guy is the same type of player. And I find that so intriguing because Cal and Schwarber are the same hitter, the same exact hitter. And we've talked about that a million times. They only just hit home runs. And I think Schwarber's the better player overall, but I think it's interesting. Also, I have some stats for you, Jake, that I had to go and look at to add to my argument about Judge. Since July 1st, Cal Raleigh has a 36% K percentage. Nearly 40%. Also, since July 1st, Cal Raleigh had 40% of Cal Raleigh's hits since July 1st are home runs. So he's striking out 40% of the time. And then when he's not, 40% of the time, they're home runs. Aaron Judge has an 81-point on-base percentage that's higher than Cal Raleig's, has nearly 100 points higher in the batting average, nearly 100 points higher in the OPS. Before the injury, Judge was leading the AL in all of those statistical categories, intentional walks and walks. And people want to say that this is a down year for MVP race. I think it's the clear and obvious choice to take the guy that's having a monumental season. And we can also appreciate Cal Raleigh having a monumental season for a catcher. All those things can happen all together in harmony.
Yeah.
This is not an Offensive Player of the Year award. This is the MVP. During the injury, we were talking about them missing the playoffs. The Yankees. We're talking about the Yankees. We were talking about them missing the playoffs. Comes back. It doesn't matter if he's performing. Him being there is a morale boost in itself because they don't know how to function. It's like unplugging something out of the socket. When he's there, they're on. When they're not, it can't work. And it's always been like that, and it's going to continue to be like that. Meanwhile, Cal's not doing jack, and they're still winning. How valuable is that bet? Also, do people want to throw to me, Colby, he's too busy managing. It's a very physical position at catcher. I get that. I'm not a dumbass. But if you want to go and look at previous catchers that have won MVP, they weren't batting under 250. Also, if him managing these pitchers is such a big deal to these people, tell me why they're 10th worst in ERA since July 1st, 10th worst in WAR since July 1st.
I did not know that.
Checkmate. And that's anyone out there, again, I'm saying this until the award is given out. I will debate anybody on Cal Raleigh versus Judge. But if you come to me with zero stats and you come to me with just, you should go play catcher, I am not going to reply to you. You are a moron. And do not throw WAR at me. Aaron Judge does have a higher WAR, but do not give me that extra letter before WAR. I am not going to talk to you because I can rattle off 98 other stats that actually mean more to me. So with that, it's Judge. But Colby, Aaron Judge's OPS since the second half of the season hasn't been great. Can the guy get his feet wet after an injury? He's playing DH. He almost lost his arm.
I don't know if it was that dramatic. Okay, so let me ask you this follow-up, because I don't disagree with anything that you're saying. And like I said, I still think Judge wins. But if let's say 2 weeks from now, we do this show and Judge is still hitting like 220 something over the last month now that we're at, and maybe he sprinkles in a couple extra home runs. But if Cal's at, let's call it 55 home runs, and it looks like he's on pace to hit 63. Like you agree with me at least on that, right? Like there's a path for Cal Raleigh to win here. Not advocating that he should or that he should be the favorite, but like there's definitely a path for this guy to win. We both think it's going to be Judge because we both think Judge is going to turn it back on and he's going to turn it around.
I just think it'd be weird for a guy that's an Adam Dunn type performance in a season to get the MVP. I just find that weird. And then I think it would just change the trajectory of how we look at the MLB MVP, a lot of M's. Yep. Because every sport has a different MVP, like I've talked about it before. The NFL is the quarterback. The Offensive Player of the Year goes to a skilled position player. I don't know why they don't just rename the MVP award because that's stupid. It's the stupidest award, in my opinion, because, hey, second place still gets an award. Stupid. That's not how it should work. And then the NBA, I really forget how the NBA usually is, but baseball, it's very interesting because the guy who doesn't make the playoffs can still have a chance at the MVP, which I think is cool, which I think makes sense and makes it fair. Like Trout, teams always sucked.
Yeah,
clearly that guy. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I don't know. I think it would just and you and I were talking to Keith Law. He said it's Judge, and this was during the injury, right?
No, he was back already.
Like 2 games out. Like it was like 2 games
this Saturday that would have been 2 weeks ago, right? Yeah. Yes.
3.
Really? Has it been that? No, it's really? No way. No,
2
two.
weeks. 2
2
weeks.
weeks from 2 weeks from Saturday. Yeah. God, time's a flat circle.
Dude, it flies. It flies by. Like, you couldn't ask me what I did yesterday. I could tell you what I did.
I know what you did yesterday.
Jake Hasan should have been there.
I'm sorry.
Also,
I did bail on Kobe, kind of, sort of.
Don't worry.
I'll make it up to you.
I just want to tell you this, and then we'll move on. For the people wondering what the hell I'm talking about, Jake was supposed to come to that whiskey tasting yesterday. Oh shit, this is tangled. And it's a steal. Hold on, let me just tell you about it. It's a steal. So you get a whiskey flight, and you get your own little mini, like charcuterie board. $25. All that was $25. I think that's a steal.
The charcuterie did look good. Like that is
the one next to the plate where it's like the same plate, not the circle one. That one we bought separate.
Yeah.
But God. And then that burger I had. Whoo! Shout out to the Standard Market. Shout out. All right, back to Cal. I think it's so interesting, and I just love I love when I have such a fired up, passionate take about something that I look forward to saying everything over and over again, because I think it's cool. I think it's a good conversation. I'm also just more shocked at the amount of people that are on Cal's side. It doesn't have to be people that do radio or talking sports.
I think, sorry, not to cut you off, but like, I think that's fatigue. I think that's Judge fatigue, and it's Yankee hate. Like, people love to hate on the Yankees, especially when the team itself isn't very good. They're pretty average. They're probably going to be in the playoffs, but like, when the team isn't very good, people love to hate on Judge. He's won what, 2 of the last 3 MVPs. People are sick of it. People don't want to see the Yankees win, and I get that. I'm very famously an anti-Yankees guy. Yeah, but I think people especially especially the public too, like people in the chat, me and you, like it's just people love to hate on the Yankees.
100%. And we all know I'm a Yankees fan. I don't put none of anything that I've said is my bias. I'm able to take out any of my fandom and talk sports. Like, I'm not going to suck off my team because they're my team. I'm not that type of fan. I will never be that type of fan. I hate fans like that. But I am able to grasp and know that I am a fan of one of the most hated teams in all of sports. Doesn't matter the sport. It's the Yankees and the Cowboys, the 2 most hated franchises. Maybe you add in the Lakers, whatever. I'm not a moron. But I also think, as a fan of the sport, I find it hard to hate on Judge. What does he give you to hate? Honestly.
Well, I don't think it's him personally.
I know.
It's the uniform he wears.
But also, what offends me as somebody who's just...
Oh, you're offended now.
Oh, I'm very offended. I think Judge is my favorite Yankee of all time. And I really dislike when it's a sport where it's definitely team involvement heavier than other sports. Like basketball, you get 2-3 good players, you could probably take the distance in the playoffs. But baseball, there's so many guys and so many things that have to click in order to even get to the promised land. And people just saying Judge is never going to win a ring is just, and like that's his fault, is baffling to me, because he has carried this team since 2017, and then he falls flat in the postseason because he's carrying them. Like, when does he get a break? You know what I mean? Like, when does other people around him step it up? Last season, Soto and Stanton, finally, that was awesome. We've never seen that. About time somebody stepped up. Oh, and they happen to be
this year.
And they happen to be 2 Hall of Famers. Oh, go figure. But
Trent Grisham isn't doing it for you?
I love Trent Grisham. Trent Grisham is awesome. Every time he hits a home run, it's awesome. I
was thinking about this the other day. Like, I feel
like you
funny.
would look like Trent Grisham if you had a mustache.
I disagree.
It's a compliment.
Thank you.
If we gave you cowboy boots, yeah.
This happens every year. It's the yearly Trent Grisham like late season breakout where because he does this in the playoffs too, where he just gets like
He's
weirdly
so
hot at like the end of October, like end of August into like the final stretch run of the season, and we're here. It's happening right now again.
Let's get into another topic. I wanted to talk about this since we're still talking about the Yankees. Good segue over. I am pondering a couple futures. I know I tweeted out that we were going to get some future talk. That isn't something we've already discussed this week. I wanted to pick your brain on two futures. One I already texted you, and you were like, about damn time you texted me this. Another one, the Yankees are only 4.5 games back in the East. What are your thoughts on the Yanks to win the AL East at 380? I don't hate it. They get the White Sox this weekend. They could be 1 game back by Monday. And they're hot. They're hot. Like we said, it's coming. And I don't think it's a bad look. I don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger, but I don't hate the price. I don't hate the price. I think that the Blue Jays are kind of plateauing. The Red Sox are a bit hot right now as well, but I think the Blue Jays are plateauing just a tad. I still think they're a good team. I have a ton of respect for them, but I'm just talking in terms of price and what the schedule looks like.
Man. All right, hold on. I'm gonna look something up really fast. I want to see the remaining strength of schedule for all.
I think it's one of the yeah.
Toronto is the 5th hardest schedule the rest of the way. Wow.
You might get me. I might get there.
Yankees 25th.
Yeah.
Yankees have 3 against Toronto, 3 against Boston, 3 against Houston, 7 against the White Sox, like you said, 7 against Baltimore. Toronto has 3 against the Brewers, 3 against the Red Sox, 3 against the Astros. Toronto has 7 against the Rays left, though, too. That will probably be a layover and die spot. Boston has the same. Toronto, Yankees.
What's the Red Sox remaining schedule strength?
17th, according to this. Yankees are
25th for the Yanks. Wow.
It's a pretty big gap. And which is crazy because if they're we may have to, you might be talking me into something here. So
it's a good number. It's a good number.
So my problem, I guess it's like, if you want to do this, the question becomes, because there's a pretty big price discrepancy between the Yankees and the Red Sox. Like Yankees plus 390, Red Sox 6-1. That feels incorrect. And I'm not going to get more down on the Red Sox. I have Red Sox stuff from before the year, so I'm good on that. But if you have nothing in this market and you're just now, if you're you, Colby, and you're trying to jump into this, man, it's not the worst idea. Because it's kind of like, here's the question. Like, we all know that obviously the Red Sox have, we all know the lineups. Like the Red Sox have Roman Anthony and Alex Bregman. The Yankees have Stan and Judge. The Blue Jays have Bichette and Vladdy. And the lineups are the lineups. It's kind of like, which ugly horse do you want to pick as far as the rotation goes? Like, it's like, all right, do you want to go with a Max Fried who has been terrible and Carlos Rodon and Luis Gil? Or do you want to go with Chris Bassett, Max Scherzer, and Jose Barrios? Or do you want to go with Garrett Crochet, Brian Bayo, and Lucas Giolito? It's like, God, that is disgusting. But one of those has a bona fide ace that might win the American League Cy Young, and I do kind of lean Red Sox. And the Red Sox are above the Yankees in the standings right now.
They're tied. They're both 4.5, right? They're both 4.5.
Red Sox are 4.
Okay. And they probably get a win
it's by a hair.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good question.
Man.
And again, people in chat, I don't have my bias in anything when it comes to betting.
Given those prices, I'm more inclined to say Red Sox.
Yeah.
And the Yankees are playing better recently, but the Red Sox have been great since the break. I mean, for the better part of a month and a half now.
I might have to look into it. It might be a write-up for me, but I might give up both. Like, I wouldn't be a moron.
Yeah, if you have nothing and you're just trying to fade the Blue Jays, both isn't a bad idea.
No, I could definitely.
Because you put one unit, you're either coming up with, but more 3.5 units or 6.
True. Now, the other one. This one tickled me.
Yeah.
Tickled me. We'll talk about them in a couple minutes. The Astros. They're not playing the sexiest ball as of right now. We will talk about them in a minute. But they're getting guys back. They got Jordan back. They'll get Paredes back soon enough. And I think Hader will come back later in September. This feels like the most dangerous team in the AL. And I've been trying to find a team that I like in the AL enough to possibly take it the distance. Still don't believe they win the World Series. However, at 15-1, I don't think that is a terrible price at all, especially if they become the hottest team known to mankind in October. It's anyone's game. We all know how baseball is. But what number do I have? Or have I the best number out there? 550 for the Astros to make it out of the AL. I think that is a steal. Number. Also, they probably won't get a bye, so they will have to be the hottest team in baseball. I think at that number price and what this team is capable of doing, I've said this a million times. If you are still talking about the Astros, calling them the cheaters and whatnot, you don't understand baseball and you haven't paid attention.
People.
It's
been 10 years.
It's been 8 years. You haven't paid attention in 8 years. Let it go. 8 years, 2017.
You were so right. Why did I say 10? Why did I think it was 2015?
I would have let you said it if you were the one speaking, because rounding up so much easier.
Why did I think it was 2015?
That was the Royals.
It was. Why did I? Am I stupid?
Royals, Cubs,
right?
Astros. Can I tell you something funny? So
Royals,
I posted
Cubs, Astros, Red Sox,
Nationals, Red Sox,
Dodgers,
Nationals, Dodgers. Yeah.
Anyway, we don't have to do this. Continue.
I made a video going back.
Oh, I know. I saw it. I think I texted you about it. I think I said that was very impressive, or I replied to it or something.
Thank you.
I definitely acknowledged it.
Appreciate you. That's my slight autism. If you have ADHD, you're on the spectrum. Anywho, I made a video this beginning of the week about Cal Raleigh and how I don't understand blah blah blah. The amount of comments of Jose Altuve references from 2017, baffling. They were like, this is why Jose Altuve won the MVP in 2017. And I just kept replying with that screenshot of Judge having almost all the better statistics except for like batting average, I think. Mm-hmm. And I also was like, 80 cheated. Somebody goes, so did Judge that season.
I mean, allegedly.
One was proven, one wasn't. It was, again, a decade ago. Now back to what I was saying about the Astros. If you don't pay attention to baseball, let me give you a little insight. The Astros know winning ball. They know how to put a team together. When you doubt them and think they're out, they're going to be like, yeah, have fun doubting us long because we're going to prove you wrong. And they did it without Jordan this year, who I was not high on because to me.
Who hit a home run last night too, by the way.
Oh, he did? Good for him. To me, I want him to – I love Jordan. If you don't like Jordan, you are a bum. You don't. He wasn't there for the cheating. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't talk. He's a robot. He's awesome.
Yeah.
However, recently I have had the feeling of he's not good unless he has dangerous hitters around him.
Sure.
Hopefully they have enough dangerous hitters around him for the postseason because he will be one of the scariest hitters in baseball. Because
he's one of the best pure hitters in baseball.
And when he's hot, he is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
But I think it was Monday or Tuesday, whenever it was, whenever he came back, he walked like 4 times, it felt like. No one wanted to throw to him.
Yeah.
So he's just an absolute threat in the lineup. We'll talk about them later. But $550 for them to come out of the AL, I think is a fantastic price. Jake Hasan, your thoughts?
I've been on this train forever. I've been saying this about the Astros for probably since the break, probably a little bit before the break. I really like this Astros team. And a big part of it was, like you said, they just know how to win. Like, they just get there. Like, who else in the, like, let's put it this way. You get to the American League postseason. Let's just say that season ends today. You have the Blue Jays, you have the Red Sox, you have the Yankees, you have the Tigers, you have the Mariners, maybe, and you have the Astros. Like, the Astros by far have the most experience there. Maybe the Yankees have a little bit more, or they're at least comparable. Everybody else, though, is very green. The Blue Jays haven't been in the postseason in a few years. This Red Sox team is very young. The Mariners famously have not been in the postseason in a very long time. The Tigers, they have the experience from last year, but they had some roster turnover this year. I do think having AJ Hinch would help them. But this Astros team, it's just you go through that lineup and it's all of these guys have deep postseason experience. I love the addition of Carlos Correa. Shocker, the Astros fixed him. He has been very good since they reacquired him. Yordan Alvarez coming back is one of the biggest things for me. He had that mysterious injury. The Astros really weren't telling us much about it. It was very, very bizarre. But to what we were just saying, he's one of the most pure, best pure hitters in baseball when he's on that field. And so he hit a home run last night. I think he's starting to turn a corner. Altuve is Altuve. But for me, Colby, also Jeremy Pena in that lineup. Since the beginning of the year when he was really struggling, Jeremy Pena has been unbelievable for the Astros. And like, just for example, since the Astros moved him to the leadoff spot back in April, Jeremy Pena, 325, 379, 508, which isn't like mind-boggling. It's not MVP stats, but that's very, very good for a leadoff hitter hitting 300.
He's the most consistent hitter in that lineup.
He's great. And so, yeah. I mean, you throw in 11 home runs there, 14 stolen bases. He's a threat. So I really like him in that lineup, but also the rotation. We talked all year about
Hunter Brown did get lit up on Tuesday, whatever it was, against the Rockies. But again, that's the most dangerous lineup in baseball.
That's like Hunter Brown, that he used to blow up every other start. This is his first true blow up all year, really. And so that'll happen sometimes. Framber Valdez is still very, very good. And now he's their number 2. He's been their number 1 the last couple of years. Now I think Hunter Brown, I think we can all agree, is objectively their number 1. And usually for me, when I like to think about teams that can win the pennant and win the World Series, you need 3 starters. And it's not going to be Jason Alexander. It's not going to be Spencer Arrighetti. It's not going to be Lance McCullers. Christian Javier's back. And when that guy is on, I mean, remember his Yankees start last year where he struck out 14 across, I think it was 7 innings. Like, he's still recovering from injury. He was not good in his last start, but it was his 3rd start of the year. It's August. It's the end of August. Now we're getting into September here. And as he starts to shake that rust off, I think he's too talented. Christian Javier, you drop him on most other teams, he's a number 2 at worst, probably a number 1 on some teams. So I think getting him back and assuming health, of course, I think he could be great. And I know I said Jason Alexander isn't your true 3rd starter. He's been great as an Astro. So if they need him to be the 3, bald. But he famously. So, I mean, I should have had this ready. That's a bad job by me. But Jason Alexander, since getting traded from the A's to the Astros, 7 starts, a 2.72 ERA. He's got a 1.16 whip. The FIP isn't awesome. It's 3.91. That scares you a little bit. Yeah. But sometimes guys just beat the peripherals. So I really like this Astros team. I think almost 6-1 is an insane price for them. I think there's a lot of AL East love that is inflating that number. I think a lot of people want the Mariners to get into and win that division. Listen, the Astros have been able to keep that division lead and keep their head above water while playing basically a AAA lineup while Jordan was out and without Correa for most of the year. Obviously,
they're not playing good ball as of late.
And they aren't.
Their stats aren't sexy.
And I think that they are a team.
Last 2 weeks, I think they're dead last at WRC+.
But I think once they get in, and they're going to have tests because they have a series against the Jays. They have a series against the Yankees. They have a series against the Mariners. Yeah. So they're going to be tested. But I think once they get in, that switch just flips for them. I think like 100%. I kind of view them as the Chiefs of Major League Baseball. Like they just get in and then that switch flips. So that's how I feel. I'm really bullish on this Astros team.
All right, let's get into the game that's kicking off in a half hour. We both have a lot of thoughts. I'll get mine quickly out of the way. I already gave out Garrett Crochet's K's only on this show because I only sprinkled on every prop because I don't like giving out 8.5. You're asking for so much. But it is plus money. Everything else is plus money. Just sprinkle on it. Treat it as a home run, even though it's a standard even money prop. You can ladder it for some fun. The Orioles are struggling with striking out, but I like a certain young man on that Red Sox lineup that has not recorded a hit in quite some time, and that is the former mustache man, Romy Gonzalez. Please bring back the mustache. Plus 125 on the bases to the over. Plus 450 on the home run. Has only recorded a hit in 3 of his last 10 games. He loves lefties. If you didn't know that, he's batting .324 on the season. .611 slugging, and a sub 1,000 OPS. I'll be quick. Taking on Cade Povich, whatever you say. It's Povich, right, Jake? Povich?
Cade Povich, Maury's son.
Povich. Maury's son. Good one. Guy sucks at home, by the way. 6.22 ERA, 281 opponent batting average. Romy destroys everything that he's going to throw out there, and I think this is the right spot. While Jake thinks it's a different guy, I don't hate it, but I just didn't like how he did against the pitches. Cade does struggle against lefties. Jake is on Roman Anthony. Take it away, Jake.
This is a price play for me. Plus 450 is, I think, way too long of a price for a guy who's really coming into his own and has finally started to look like the #1 overall prospect in baseball. He's been unbelievable. Roman Anthony, the Roman Empire is here, and hit a home run last night as well. You guys know, like, me and Colby kind of have differing thought processes, betting processes. I like to bet on guys that are red hot at the plate, especially young guys who are starting to realize the potential. But this is a lot about Cade Povich as well. He sucks. He's not good. Like, the results are in. Cade Povich, you are a terrible pitcher. And so I'm going to go against him. Colby, I don't think I've talked to you about this, but something I've been doing is wheeling home run props with NFL awards for season-long parlays.
Yeah. Jake, you mentioned this every week. I don't know if I talked to you about this. That is all I know of you.
I don't know. I say a lot of this stuff. I talk to a lot of people on a weekly basis. Okay, leave me alone. But I'm going to put Roman Anthony with some CMC offensive player of the year. We already got our defensive player of the year coverage yesterday. Shout out to Corey Seager. Now we are holding Jonathan Grenard at 343-1 for defensive player of the year. So I'm going to really enjoy that.
Time out. I just wish I could see the screenshots of just the stupidest parlays that are like waiting to be settled because you have to wait for a few.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I'm gonna wait until February now, but I'm gonna wait for 6 months. But hey, it's what it is. I'm known to wait 10 years for things. So anyway, the point being, I will be wheeling Roman Anthony with CMC Offensive Player of the Year. Get that up to 88
guy
to
was
1.
waiting since he was 8 years old.
Really, really like that one. I do have a couple more that we'll get into later on.
All right, let's talk about these Astros. We're going to continue talking about them. You are on one of the guys I just can't stand in that lineup. I'll tell you which one in a second. It's not, you'll know who I'm talking about. Obviously, it's not the guy with the nose guard. But I'm taking the Astros first 5 team total over 2.5 minus 125. They need this win. They need this win bad. They need to get the series win over a team that they should have swept. Monday, or was it Monday? Tuesday. Tuesday was a fluke. The Rockies have been fun despite them not being playoff eligible, but they have a couple easy games coming up and then the schedule gets tough. So they need all of these easy games that they can get. They host the Angels after this. They need that. Then the Yankees at the Rangers following that and in Toronto. Today they have 5 elite rated hitters. This season against left-handed pitchers, 6th in WRC plus, 7th in WOBA OPS hard hit rate, taking on Kyle Freeland, one of my favorites. Worst rating on the day, poor everything but ground ball percentage. Last 5 road starts, 4.67 ERA, 6.88 expected ERA, allowing 63% hard contact, 14.3% barrel rate, 2.33 home runs per 9. Hitters are batting 228 expected batting average, 580 expected slugging, 414 expected WOBA. 7 of their top 8 rated hitters are righties. They will bat from the right side today. Against righties this season, Freeland has an ERA above 5, allowing 46% hard contact, 10% barrel rate. Those hitters have a sub 300 expected batting average, sub 500 slugging. And the beauty of Freeland, he does pitch quote unquote better on the road, but if you go and look at it, it's still terrible. And he gives up over this number down below. Also, his expected ERA in his last 5, 7, and 3 games on the road, it's much higher than his actual ERA. So if he's quote unquote having a serviceable outing, he's getting really lucky because he's giving up a ton of hard contact. And I don't think he gets that tonight. I think he does allow a ton this afternoon, and the Astros get all over him.
Yeah, in that same vein, I'm not going to lay the juice with the first 5 team total over, but I am going to go with a couple home run props. And I like one guy that we already discussed, Carlos Correa. Again, a numbers play plus 460. The Astros fixed him, people. He looks great. So I'm going to go on Correa. You wheel that with Christian McCaffrey, Offensive Player of the Year. You get up to 88-1 for that if you are so inclined. Correa has been very good as an Astro. He has very good history against Kyle Freeland, albeit in a short sample. I'm about to piss Colby off, but it's 2 for 4 with a double. The expected stats look really, really good, though, as well. Bring it. Anyway, I will also be on Christian Walker. At a little bit of a worse price.
Automatic out.
40.
An automatic out.
Dude, he's been great the last couple of games, though. 3 home runs in his last 6 games. Also really good history against Kyle Freeland in a much bigger sample size. 12 for 38, 3 doubles, 2 home runs, a 617 expected slugging against Kyle Freeland. I will absolutely take that. You wheel that with Christian McCaffrey, Offensive Player of the Year. You get 69 nice to 1 if you feel so inclined. Listen, this is just the thing I'm doing. Like, I just feel like, just so people know, like Christian McCaffrey's 15-1 out there in the market, Offensive Player of the Year. If you want to get a little frisky and get big prices, this is a way to do it.
You're such a freak. You're such a freak. I have another first 5 that I think you will like, but you're going to get mad at the number, but then you'll understand why I like it.
Okay.
What team can't play on the road?
I mean, many of them.
Which team do I like to pick on?
Many of them.
I should have just said it. The Phillies. But they're at home. They're at home. Oh, wait. That's the wrong number. Excuse me. That's the wrong number. Whoops. Hold on. It's the wrong number. I swear I put 3. It's 3.5. It's 3.5 today. Now, one thing. This is kind of a narrative for me today, even though the numbers do line up. Stop laughing at me.
Can we just talk about what team do I like to pick on the road? Okay, what team do I like to pick on a lot? The Phillies. Okay, they're at home today, though.
Well, they're back at home. They got swept in Queens, is what I was going to say.
The lead up was very funny. I'm sorry.
It's comedy over here. Comedy happy hour. All right. Phillies back at home after getting swept in Queens. They got to bounce back. They have to bounce. I need one too. They have to bounce back. This team is so. I'm just hoping they got to do something.
Plus 120 tells you they don't.
You're damn right. It's because of the 3.5. If it was 2.5, it'd be like minus 155. I think I'm not paying that. Today they have the 3rd highest rated offense in the current season ratings on batters -box. Somebody said I say batters -box too fast. That it sounds like batters hype box. Monty got an email about me not emphasizing enough. It's batters -box. So I'm going to point that out every chance I get. Batters -box. Don't forget the hyphen.
I vehemently disagree with that statement, but okay.
That's what I thought. I don't think I've ever said hype.
I feel like you put a lot of emphasis on hyphen already. Also, very different words. Hype box, hyphen box.
Batters hype box. That's what that guy thought I was saying.
Hype. Hello.
Batters -box.
Yeah, I don't.
It's not even if you think it says hype, I'm still saying the N. So hyphen. So what would hyphen be? Hyphen.
Hyping you up.
So yeah, pump it up. The last 4 weeks at home,
also, saying the N was a crazy sentence. You should never say that again.
Hyphen?
Forget it.
Anywho, last 4 weeks at home, the Phillies are number 1 in WRC plus, WOBA, OPS, and ISO. Number 4th in hard contact.
Number 4th.
You're making my brain shatter as we speak. Thanks a lot for the confidence. Hey, I'm here to brew up some stank, my man.
You haven't said that in a while. You should bring that back.
Brew up stank? I love stank. Taking on our good friend, Cal Quantrill, the other Cal, who has a poor matchup, everything, not rattling it all off. He allows 3 runs per game on the road, has an ERA above 9, in August, has allowed 25 hits, 18 runs in his last 4 starts this month. I think they kill him. They've scored 7 runs against him at home this season already. I think they scored over the standard 2.5 against them when he was in Miami still. I think they know him too well. All too well. That was a Taylor Swift shout out. The 10-minute version is the best version. I think the Phillies explode tonight. So I like the Phillies.
I wanted to find a way to fade Cal Quantrill. I couldn't get there with the 3.5 for the first 5 team total over. But I see the vision. He's so terrible. They're so much better at home. Bounce back spot. That all makes a lot of sense.
It's wild if you look at their stats.
Which means he's just going to go like 7 shutout instead.
They're just in a slump. They're such a weird team.
I want nothing to do with that team in the postseason.
I'm out on them. Unless they're playing 4 games in a row at home, I don't think they win a series. Yeah. They can't play on the road. They simply cannot play on the road.
Well, and more importantly, it's no Wheeler. Like Wheeler, Sanchez, Nola was a fine because like Jesus Luzardo's falling apart. Ranger Suarez is Ranger Suarez, but like if he's going to be your 2, like I can't get in this Phillies team. Like this lineup is just like outside of Schwarber and Harper. Who do you trust in a spot? Like Trey Turner can hit a single the opposite way, but he's not doing much else. Yeah, I mean Bader. Yeah, Bader every other day. Like it's just
the master. Yep.
Famously. So I want nothing to do with the Phillies.
Talk to me about the Rally Rats. Poor favor. I understand the vision, but talk to me about why you trust the Rally Rats.
Because I'm a sicko for the most part. But in general,
is this the first time you've ever heard Rally Rats?
Yes, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm trying to figure out which one of my bets you're going with. But I like the Pirates today. I like them on the first 5. I like them on the first 5, which stinks because they're dogs on the full game money line, but they are favored on the first 5, so you have to lay a little bit of juice. But it's mostly a Miles Michaelis thing for me. He is so atrocious.
His ERA is 11 his last 5 games.
They need to put Miles Michaelis out and see if he can go see the Rabbits because this is so bad to watch. It's atrocious. And Braxton Ashcraft for the Pirates has been very, very good.
No. We are not going to allow this mice and men reference to be overlooked and not appreciated because one phenomenal book. That was one of the easiest reads in high school because of the immaturity level. But mentioning the Rabbits, top choice.
Thank you. Well, I feel like I say you got to old Yeller or take him out behind the bar. Like I feel like I say that a lot. You got to mix it up sometimes. Not kidding. I did not have that plan. That was a pull off the top of my head. So go me. Anyway, Braxton Ashcraft has been great for the Pirates. Since they moved him to the rotation as a starter, he has just been really, really good. In his short sample size, it's 3 starts, and he generally only goes about 5 innings. But this Cardinals team, they don't even want to be around anymore. Michaelis is awful. I'll take the Pirates on the first 5, but I will back Ashcraft on his own too. I'll take the Cardinals team total under a half a run if you want some plus money too. This lineup is very, very aggressively mediocre at best. Like I said, Ashcraft has been good, so I'll back a lineup that stinks, a pitcher that's been good, and get some good plus money with it too.
Hell yeah. Now, you're fading your favorite team today as well?
Since when are they my favorite team?
The Cubs?
They're not my favorite team.
Who's your favorite team?
I don't really have one anymore, to be honest.
You're a Cubs fan.
I'm like, I live in Chicago. Like, I'll go to the games, but like, I don't really have a fandom anymore. I bet so much baseball. Like, I attach myself to what I'm betting.
All right, time out. This is a fantastic conversation. We can end this in 7 minutes. It won't take them 7 minutes to give out Giants money line. Yeah, I have thought
everyone wants to bet Shota Imanaga whenever he's on the mound. I'll take Logan Webb. Thank you.
I have felt this probably my whole life. Mm-hmm. Just like I hate fandom in the sense of like where you're blind to everything. I hate that. I don't get it. Maybe I'm just like there's a threshold of like loving sports and then being ignorant, and like there's the lines here. It's like you're either crazy about one team or you love the sport type thing. And like right here is where you care about your favorite team. And really, I enjoy every team. As a kid, I've hated all of Boston sports. I will always hate Boston sports. When I went to Boston and I loved the city, I was like, holy crap, I could live here. But God, I would hate rooting for any of these teams here. So I don't like the Yankees. I say the Yankees and DePaul are my 2 favorite teams. And I'm a Bears fan. I will go out of my way to talk bad about them because they piss me off so much. Yes. And then the people in our city are so ignorant, dumb. I'll say this on your show. They piss me off the most. They make me want to say bad things about them, about the team. Because they're so blind and ignorant to everything they're saying.
I do agree with this.
I can't stand it.
I love the listeners. I love the Bears fans, but like
You're an idiot.
Meatball
You're an
Bears
idiot.
fans do make me want to hate the team, or just like make me like I will say I get emotional about the Bears. Like I'll get angry, I'll get pissed off about the Bears.
How?
But
I'm numb. I'm so numb I could care less about the team.
It's just I don't know why. It's just wired in me for whatever reason. So I'll get upset about them and Illinois basketball.
But you went there. That's the same thing with me and
I get
DePaul.
so tilted about Illinois basketball. Everything. The Bulls, I don't care. They stink. Like I'll be invested when they're good again, but I don't live and die with them. The Blackhawks, I don't live and die with them. I don't live and die with the Bears, but I am more emotionally invested. Like I watch every game. I do get like angry in the game when they're bad, but like, and I want them to do well. But like Illinois basketball, dude,
you died for that.
I get tilt like there was
hold on let me cut you over quick. When DePaul almost beat it was Creighton, right, in the first round of the Big East, I was getting the waterworks ready, Jake. I never felt that fandom outside of like when I was a kid with the Yankees going to the World Series and them going to the World Series this year. I think I cared more about that win in the Big East tournament than anything ever. Dude. I was like, if people kept tweeting me, I go, I'm gonna cry. Oh, dude,
the Illinois Sweet 16 game a couple of years ago over when they beat Iowa State to go to the Elite Eight. Thankfully I was alone, so I would have been insufferable to be with. I was there was a woman who was visiting me at Bragg, and me and her and all my friends went to Broken Barrel because that's an Illinois bar, and we were there. It was a regular season game, and I want to say like November, I think it was. Yeah, it was the end of November, regular season game. It was a top 10 matchup. It was against Baylor, but like at a certain point, she had to like scoot away from me because she couldn't deal with me and how emotional I was anymore. It was just so brutal, so funny.
Something I miss since my parents live in Florida is watching sports with my dad. I'll never forget this because it's so funny. It's Bears talk again. Watching Bears games with my dad. My dad's also probably the reason why I don't have any passionate fandom, because he just loves sports. If he's watching it, he's watching for the love of the game. He has his favorites, but he would name like a billion because he just appreciates the sports that I love as well. But I'll never forget, the Bears had a drive. I don't even know the year. It doesn't matter. It's Bears football. So you'll be like, this happens every year or every week. One side note, my favorite thing about Bears games, they have the most random scores ever. All the scoregamis are because of the Bears. So the Bears had a drive. They probably started at their own 15, 20. They took the ball down the field. They got to the goal line. My dad gets up out of the couch, goes, they'll kick a field goal. It's like 1st and goal. He goes, they'll kick a field goal. What do? Kick a field goal. My dad got up and left. They'll kick a field goal.
Dude, this was probably last year. Like this was probably Thanksgiving.
I was still living at home. This is years ago.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I go, what are you talking about? There's so much momentum. He goes, dude, go kick a field goal.
Hold on. You know what we should do right now?
What?
Oh my God. This might not be up yet. I really hope
Bears to kick a field goal in their first drive?
Yes. Exactly what I wanted to. Oh my God. Is it up anywhere yet? Probably not, right? Oh, here we go. Bears first drive result. Field goal attempt plus 340. I kind of want to bet it.
Yeah. Austin, this is a great conversation. I know we're talking baseball today, but Jake and I get our Chicago thoughts. So can I just say, no. This, I know you mentioned you care about the Bears a lot. This doesn't hurt me as much as you expect. In the moment, I was livid. But the foreshadowing of that event, Hollywood could never. He doinked 4 times against the Lions. He doinked the entire season. He practiced doinks. He knew what he was doing. I also think it's the most overplayed play in all of NFL history. I think that and the immaculate reception on the miracle in the Vikings game, two events that led to literally nothing.
Well, the Bears one I get because it's like charter franchise, never like, it's just like they were so hyped that year, winning coach of the year. Yeah. It's have I ever told you my story with that game?
Would you hang out with what's his name? Carry on. I can't think of his name. I'm just gonna make a stupid reference. Carl, Barstool Carl. What were you, Carl, when he was screaming?
No, dude. I was in San Diego. I was in San Diego for a wedding. I was flying back during that game. So I'm at the airport for the first quarter and a half. And it's going all right. It's still winnable game. I think they were down like a score or something. Plane boards. I'm like, all right, just gonna watch this on the plane. Get on the plane. Hey, everybody, this is your flight, blah, 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 blah. By the way, the Wi-Fi isn't going to work on this 4-hour flight back to Chicago. And I'm like, what? I was livid. So I'm just sitting there. I'm raw dogging this flight. And I'm just sitting there, and I get off the plane, turn my phone on to the first possible instance that I can, and just immediately, like, all the texts, all the notifications, and I go, this is either really, really good are really, really bad, and I have a feeling I know which one it is. And it was that. And it was like it was like 30 minutes, 45 minutes after it already happened too, of course. So I'm just like, God, like, oh, it sucked. Anyway.
Yeah, that sucks. But yeah, I'm like, that play, I feel like they overplay, and then the Stephon Diggs sideline caught. Like,
I think the call is so good though. The call of that is very good.
Yeah, it's just I hate stuff like that. Like, Bulls fans will post out when Derrick Rose hit that buzzer beater against the Cavs in 2015. Literally, they lost the series.
They went on to lose the series.
What did LeBron do the very next game?
Yeah.
He did the exact same thing. People are just so dumb. It also, I hate the Bulls. I love the Bulls. I hate the Bulls.
Yeah.
I hate the Bulls front office. I think they're the biggest bunch of morons on the planet. Also, going to the United Center, I will probably never go back after the last time I went to a Bulls game, and then we can close the show with my complaint. Jess will contest to this one. We went to a Bulls game. I think this was the last bowl games we went to, and we were like in the middle. 300 sections the best at United Center. Do not pay top for a top seat at the United Center. And there's no bad seat in the 300 level. They're perfect, especially Blackhawks games. We were in the 300s in like the middle, like so, the middle, and the row in front of us, I kid you not, got up every 5 minutes, to the beginning to the end. It would be, they'd all get up, one person would come out, they'd sit back down. That person would come back, they'd all stand up, someone else would go, they sit back down. The entire game, and the game that I went to was like within a 5 point, they won within 4 points. They did it the entire game.
Oh, that's horrid.
They were all hammered beforehand, and then continue to drink there, and they were making plans for the post. It was like a Tuesday. Do you guys work? Also, if you have to get up more than 5 times at a sporting event, go home.
Yeah, you gotta have some decorum on that one. That'd be brutal.
I'm like, I don't even want to. I honestly, I hate the fan experience at all games. I think it's the worst. Anywhere you go, unless you.
Yeah.
Sox games are fine because no one's there. That's the beauty of it. I want nobody there. I want to be the only person enjoying a hot dog with onions and insert beverage. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want anyone near me.
Right. Yeah.
Like last time I was at a Sox game, we had the fence in the center field. Nobody sat next to us till the 7th inning. Those guys came that late, and I'm like, I don't even want to be here anymore. I don't want to sit like this.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to sit like this.
You're too much of a big, strong boy. You got too big shoulders.
I am all shoulders. But you have one last play. I didn't let you speak. Take it away, and we can close out the show.
That's just Giants money line. I want to back Logan Webb. Everybody likes to back Shohei Imanaga. This could be the Cubs bullpen comes in the 6th inning, and Logan Webb's still on the other side, and we all know how that will go then. So I'll take the Giants.
Bet. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for enjoying your lunch with us. Some of the people coming on enjoying their lunch with us. Make sure to give my good friend Jake Hasan, as always, a follow at Jake__ Hasan. Jake, let the people know what you got going on before we end this sucker.
I'm moving tomorrow, so that'll suck. Other than that, see you on 670 The Score on Saturday mornings, 8 a.m. Central. That's about it.
All right. Make sure to give me a follow at Colby M Bets if you're not already. Make sure to check out everything over at Betting News. I will have more write-ups this afternoon. Will not be baseball related. They will be college football related. So get those peepers ready to rock and roll. This has been the Pickoff. I love you guys so much. See you next time. Yeah,
Bye.
dirty filth animal.
What you know about rolling down in the